We're the 501 Whiskey Club. I'm Jake.
And I'm Andrew.
Today we're going to be reviewing the 1792 Full Proof. This one just got Jim Murray's Whiskey of the Year, I guess for his 2020 edition.
Best whiskey in the world, according to him.
Yeah, so we'll see. I've had a little bit of this, I'm not going to lie, but we're going to go for it anyways. It's been a while since I've actually sipped on it. So, without further ado.
Yeah, I've only had it the one time over here.
Yeah. I mean, it is not a bad whiskey by any means. It is definitely high proof. It comes in at 125 proof. Yeah, 62.5% alcohol by volume, 125 proof. This is actually a single barrel select from our local store, so it will be a little bit different than what you might find at your store. But either way, it kind of gives us an idea of what we're working with as far as the 1792 Full Proof. Back of the bottle says, bourbon insiders have long acknowledged that Full Proof bourbon has a distinctively rich flavor. This bourbon has been bottled at its original 125 barrel entry proof, just as it was years ago when the barrels were first filled. Strong and full of flavor, this bold bourbon boasts incredible deep smoky taste, superbly balanced and sweet vanilla notes of caramel. So we'll see. But we were actually able to find it. I know there was a lot. I was kind of worried with it becoming the whiskey of the year, it would turn into McKenna all over again, where
It really
you couldn't find
hasn't,
any.
though. It's still pretty.
Yeah.
Even at our local stores and everything, you'll
See.
see it on. They'll put it out on sale, even, and put it on specials and things like that. And I think that may just come from. They may have just gotten lucky with their timing, and they may have had a whole lot of bottles produced.
Yeah, so like it's like with the store that made this, they did do a barrel pick of it, so they do have quite a few left over still. So right off the bat, I'm gonna say this is, I want to say faintier than what I'm used to on a higher proof.
Yeah, it doesn't smell higher proof at all. It smells probably more like 50%, maybe mid 50s at most. It doesn't smell like that. What is it? Yeah, 62.5. It doesn't smell like 62.5% alcohol.
Yeah, I do get that caramel note, but it's actually almost more of like a salted caramel.
Yeah. For me, it's just, it's mostly, I get a little bit of that caramel, but for the most part, I just get a lot of cherry off of it, which is typical for me with bourbon.
Yeah, I can see the cherry. Almost like a maraschino on this one.
Yeah, it's like a...
Not really like a medicinal cherry or anything like that.
Sweet.
And
it's super sweet.
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
There's that proof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It tells you what it's made of going down.
It's like a briny salt.
Mhm.
There's a briny salt going on here.
Oh, you know what it's like? It's like, it's kind of got like that licoricey kind of fennel, star anise type kind of bitterness to it, that little bite.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I definitely see that licorice there.
Yeah, right on the finish. It really holds on. It grabs onto the back of your tongue right there. That's that strong. And it's wood. Lots of oak.
Oh, yeah.
Mostly oak spice. That's where all that heat is really coming from. A lot of it is not necessarily, I would say, I wouldn't say that it's the alcohol per se, but I think a lot of that heat and a lot of that spice is actually coming from the barrel.
Yeah. I almost get like a French vanilla.
Yeah, a little bit
A
of
French vanilla or some sort of like
Mhm.
cream.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, definitely getting that cream, French vanilla, the salted caramel. Definitely. Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. And the finish is what really stands out to me on this one.
Mm-hmm. Now we do have...
I'm having a hard time putting my finger on what the finish is here.
Yeah. Well, I think it's that bitterness. I get a lot of the bitterness in the finish. For me,
Yeah.
I didn't get it anywhere up front or in the middle of there or anything. It's after that bitterness holds on. That licorice, star anise, kind of fennel.
I think it's a really rounded, like, caramel
Mm-hmm.
that I get on the finish. It coats your tongue.
Like a burnt caramel.
Yeah, it coats your
yeah.
tongue. It's almost like what you'd get out of like some sort of candy.
Mm-hmm.
Like you ever had those Cadbury eggs around Easter time?
Oh,
the
little
caramel ones.
Yeah.
I get that almost.
Oh,
the
you
way
just said chocolate, and it's like dark chocolate.
Yep, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, and I almost get more of a milk chocolate off of it, which is kind of weird for me to get off of a bourbon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get dark chocolate now. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's weird. Power of suggestion, maybe.
Yeah.
But wow.
Yeah, that's strange. It tastes like something though. There's something else that.
So yeah, the complexity is there a little more than I remember it being.
Yeah, the first time I had it that one time, it was kind of one note from what I remember. I just remember that cherry, that little bit of vanilla, a little bit of caramel, and that was about it. But for the most part, bourbon notes. I got a lot of bourbon notes off of it.
Yeah. Well, and that could have something to do with the fact we did have some whiskey earlier. We were sipping on some Booker's 2017-04.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 128
Which is
proof.
higher than this, yeah.
So
that one
it could be
smell.
that we're acclimated to the proof now. Might allow us to taste a little bit more. Now we did have quite a while between when we actually tasted the Booker's versus now.
And we could even, if you wanted, we could even compare those two.
Yeah.
Because they are around that same ballpark, they're both technically bourbon.
Well,
one is...
The Booker's
can't be, but it's in that same ball field of... the
Yeah,
Booker's is technically too high.
I'd say it's definitely similar profiles as far as being bourbon type profiles.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is actually the highest you can legally call a bourbon. This is 125 proof. Our Booker's here rings in at 128 proof.
28.1.
Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, we can definitely do that. Mm-hmm. Although I do want to see what happens. I didn't get any water out. Let me.
Try these.
Yep. So we don't contaminate our glasses.
These are those bourbon. These are what's called the official glass for bourbon, apparently. So that may even. Oh yeah, a little bit of.
I don't have a straw today, so we're gonna have to kind of eyeball this. Let's say that's good enough. This could get interesting.
Huh?
I don't know.
Yeah, wait.
I don't know how this one held up to the water, based on the nose. The nose seems a little more muddled down. I'm losing a lot of that.
Oh, wait.
That complexity I was getting out of it earlier. It's harder for me to pick out certain notes with the water added. I don't know.
I kind of killed it.
The water does not seem to be too friendly with this.
It was weird because what I was saying, what I kind of freaked out about for a second, as soon as I put my nose in it, after putting the water in, I almost got like a meat, like some kind of like a barbecue type smell off of it.
Huh.
But I'm not getting it anymore. Maybe that was just something I ate.
It just hit me what that finish tastes like to me. I also get a lot of peanut butter off of that 1792. I couldn't figure out what it was, but I think it's peanut butter. Because I kind of got that almost salty peanut butter aftertaste going on right now.
Yeah, I think less peanut butter and more like just like you ever had like a pack of those just salted Planters peanuts. It's kind of like that.
Well, yeah, let's do this. Let's put this up against the Booker's.
And now I am curious about the Booker's with water as well. That might be an interesting.
Yeah, it could get interesting for sure. There you go. Yeah.
So now I've had mixed feelings with these glasses in the past whenever we use them, so we'll see how this works.
But like I said, this is the 2017-04 Booker's 64.05% alcohol by volume, or 128.1 proof. It's aged 6 years, 8 months, and 14 days.
And this is
the
by
Sip-A-While.
This is technically by Jim Beam, right?
Yeah, it's a Jim Beam product. I think. Don't hold me to this. I'd have to look into it. So, I want to say that Fredno is the one over the Booker's right now.
Oh man,
Fredno, Booker No, Jim Beam.
So coming straight off of it. I didn't sip any water at all. So I have the 1792 here and a Booker's here. Just going straight into the Booker's, immediately it has like a cornflake, like breakfast cereal taste.
Off the nose, I can.
On the nose, I didn't quite. I got something like that, but the taste was very much like breakfast cereal.
Proof just jumps out of the glass.
Oh
at
yeah.
I definitely get that right off the bat on the nose with this Booker's. Wow.
Yeah, it's quite a bit higher.
Oh wow. Totally different though. So definitely get what you're saying with the cornflakes.
Yeah. Like Frosted Flakes without the frost.
This is just such a complex whiskey. This Booker's is.
Mm-hmm. I don't get any cherry off of it, which is weird for me.
Mm-hmm.
I get so much more leather. There is so
yeah,
much
yeah,
leather.
some dry,
Yeah.
dry oak and
Oh my
leather.
gosh, yeah. It's
Yeah.
leather and tannin. Yep.
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
And the 1792.
And I'm not usually a big fan of that kind of flavor profile.
Yeah.
Usually, for me. But this actually worked out pretty good.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's night and day. So, yeah, that's the 1792. Just kind of swirl that around and go between that on the nose. It is totally different. Which makes sense. They're not even made by the same company or anything.
Wow.
Wow.
What in the world?
Even, like, they're only a few % off of each other alcohol-wise, but they are totally...
I didn't realize how sweet that 1792 was until I came off the heels of such a dry whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Yeah, the
my
Booker's
God.
has so much leather and tannin and just bitterness and kind of funk to it.
Yeah.
Kind of like an earthy funk,
Yeah.
which I really like because that's a bit more in the Scotch world for me. I don't find that many bourbons like that. And
Wow.
it's so interesting going back and forth because, yeah, like you said, that 1792, which is typically viewed as not quite on that sweet level, is just ridiculously sweet in comparison.
Oh my God, yes.
Now, a little bit of water.
Oh man.
So let's see. Just a little bit.
That is wild. I wonder how much rye is in the mash bill of this Booker's.
The Booker's?
Yeah.
I don't know. I do get a little bit of black pepper. So.
I feel like I'm getting more rye out of it than I was getting on
The water did something.
Yeah. Wow. Actually, not bad.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
The corn came through a lot more that time.
Yep.
Yep. Get a lot.
And I do
more.
get that. I do get more pepper, so I'm gonna guess.
Now, do we know the mash bill on this?
I don't know the mash bill on it. Not at this time. We can definitely post that up in the description or in the comments, though, for anybody that's interested. Wow. Yeah.
And
I'm
this
gonna
is
say there's got to be a higher rye in this Booker's, which would explain why that 1792 was
I don't
so
think there's
sweet compared to the.
Yeah, now that you mention, I don't think I get here. I still have a little bit. Let's see.
Yep.
There's that 1792 is all corn. It's corn. Yeah.
Wow. That was interesting. I swear we didn't plan to compare these two before we made the video. Somehow it just worked out that way.
Yeah, recent acquisition on both of our parts. Actually, we both each got this, and like we said, this is the 2017-04.
Yep.
Which is, if anyone's interested, it's aged 6 years, 8 months, 14 days, 28.1 proof, which is 64.05% alcohol.
And we got a hell of a deal.
Oh yeah, $65.
Yeah.
Where we're at.
Which is impressive, all things considered. Wow, man. Okay.
That may be in my top right now. And you know, that could just be the context and the setting and everything.
The Booker's or the 1792?
The Booker's. This Booker's is just blooming, and whenever you start comparing it to other things.
Yeah, that's absolutely wild. And when I tasted it earlier versus when I tasted it now, I'm getting something totally different. Granted, I'm doing it right off the heels of 1792. So that'll definitely influence it, but it definitely is a bourbon worth getting. And even the 1792. I don't know if I would go as far as saying that it's the bourbon of the year. No. I just don't feel that way about it. But it is still a solid option. A good high proof, somewhat complex bourbon. But, you know, I think if we were put it in a running against, granted, they're not from the same year, but if they were, I don't know. And I've had several other expressions from the same year as that 1792, and I just don't know if it's going to be what I would say is the number one, you know, bourbon of the year.
Yeah.
You know, but it is still a good, solid option. I'm not going to knock it on that.
What do you think would be if we had to give a name to it?
Oh man. Well, let's see. What do we got here?
Because you know what, I think confidently I could say that Elijah Craig Barrel Proof really blew me out of the water and blew my expectations. Yeah, it is a good one. Especially here in Arkansas, it is cold. It is
and
that one is quite the one to...
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't know. And I was also a fan of either the Angels and Bourbon, which was definitely kind of a different bourbon than what we normally experience. This isn't the cast strength or anything, just the straight bourbon whiskey finished in port wine barrels.
Yeah, that's the one that had that weird licorice funk as well.
And you're gonna hate me for even mentioning this, but I really am a huge fan of any of at least the Blantons that I've had so far.
And don't get me wrong, I think the Blanton's is good. I think it's a good bourbon.
Yeah.
But I think that's all it is, in my opinion. And I know that I'll probably get a lot of hate for that, but it does just kind of come off as a good quality bourbon, and I don't have anything special really to say about it. Yeah.
And even quite honestly, this particular barrel of Four Roses that he has is phenomenal. It's warehouse number RS barrel 54-46.
Yeah, we don't know what happened, but for some reason my bottle, I've had this now for a while, and my bottle of Four Roses has just turned into quite the unicorn with it. Friend group.
Yeah, absolutely. Even compared to this one, which we're going to have to kill soon. It's about done. Even compared to that Four Roses single barrel I have, which I've just recently replaced, I just haven't come across a barrel like that. It's kind of a unicorn for Four Roses to me. Yep. So there's a lot of definite contenders. Put in the comments what you think should be the whiskey of the year this year, and any honorable mentions you might have too. I'm kind of curious to see what we get there.
Just your personal taste, What you think is your whiskey of the year.
I may put a poll or something out on the website. You guys want to go and check that out? We can try and get an idea of what you guys are out there drinking. Maybe get some more reviews on those as well. Without further ado, though, like I said, we're the 501 Whiskey Club. You can check us out on our website at www.501whiskeyclub.com. Discuss a lot of things whiskey, have forums, have blogs, have all sorts of different resources on there, and it's growing every day. Also, check us out on Patreon. You know, we'd love to get your support on there. Just drop a like and a subscription on YouTube, and we will see you guys on the next one.